It's called A Brief for the Defense, and it's from Refusing Heaven also.
There's also Jack Gilbert.
Yeah. Sorrow everywhere, slaughter everywhere. If babies are not starving someplace, they are starving someplace else, with flies in their nostrils. But we enjoy our lives because that's what God wants. Otherwise, the mornings before summer dawn would not be made so fine. The Bengal tiger would not be fashioned so miraculously well. The poor women at the fountain are laughing together between the suffering they have known and the awfulness in their future, smiling and laughing while somebody in the village is very sick. There is laughter every day in the terrible streets of Calcutta, and the women laugh in the cages of Bombay. If we deny our happiness, resist our satisfaction, we lessen the importance of their deprivation. We must risk delight. We can do without pleasure, but not delight, not enjoyment. We must have the stubbornness to accept our gladness in the ruthless furnace of this world. To make injustice the only measure of our attention is to praise the devil. If the locomotive of the Lord runs us down, we should give thanks that the end had magnitude. We must admit there will be music despite everything. We stand at the prow again of a small ship, anchored late at night in the tiny port, looking over the sleeping island. The waterfront is 3 shuttered cafes and 1 naked light burning. To hear the faint sound of oars in the silence as the rowboat comes slowly out and then goes back is truly worth all the years of sorrow that are to come.
That's beautiful. What was the line about injustice? If we focus only on injustice.
To make injustice the only measure of our attention is to praise the devil.
Yeah.
You know, that last line there, when you talked about smoking the cigarette into the rain, you know.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with that, the oars here.
Yeah.
The last.
Yeah, and also where he's talking about the injustice, the suffering, and then he says, but the dawn wouldn't be this beautiful if it weren't, or the Bengal tiger. When it reminded me of 2 poems actually that I've read on the podcast. One is The Grandeur of God by Gerard Manley Hopkins.
Wow.
The world is charged with the grandeur of God. It gathers to a greatness like the ooze of oil crushed. It will shook out like a flame. I can't remember the rest of it, but it's all about the mysterious beauty of existence. And then the other one is by Robinson Jeffers, which is called The Excesses of God. And in that he talks about how, is it not by, what is the phrase he uses? Something like a wild exuberance of nature that we know our God. For to be equal in need is natural, but then he talks about rainbows flung on the domes of deep sea shells, and something about sex feeling so much better than it has to, and flowers don't need to be so colorful. Everything would work if it were half this beautiful. So the exuberance of it, the wastefulness of it, is what's so amazing to him. Yeah.
Robert.